YouTube, what is going on? Horse Racing Gamer here. Welcome back to Gallop Racer 2003. As always, we haven't played this game in ages because that's just how it goes on this channel. But it's about time I get back, and I was actually planning on getting back now that I'm taking an official pause between 2004 because the next time we come back, the website will be up and it's going to be a lot of changes just to the community in general, but like good changes, you know, just things to look forward to for this year. So I just want to make sure I do that at the right time, you know what I mean? As opposed to rushing it, and then I realize, like, oh, you know, maybe these things are set up exactly how I want them to be. It's kind of my OCD, but apparently some of you can understand that, especially in our Discord, so I'm glad I'm not alone. But anyways, so we're in year 48, and year one of this year. Now we have our 4-year-old filly, HRG Arrow. I'm going to run you guys through the horses, just as always as a reminder, and even for myself, especially since I haven't played this game, I think, since early December, which may not seem like a long time to some people, but like for me, if I'm not playing a game consistently, like, yeah, 2 months is kind of a long time, because like I game pretty often, like when I'm not working or at work, like I game, you know what I mean, or I'm watching, you know, watching something relatively educational, to say the least. So HRG Arrow, as you can see, good abilities that she has, grit, close race, okay. And she's fast. She's really fast, man. From Electric Arrow out of Frugal Lark by Electric Arrow. And both of those horses were amazing. Of course, Electric Arrow has easily become one of my top favorite of all time. He's such a blast. And Frugal Lark, like, she is without a doubt my favorite filly / mare in all the Gallop Racer series, especially since she's based off of a really, really amazing horse that I wish was still with us today, but she's not, but she was amazing. Anyway, so like I said, she's really fast. She's, look at that, 96 heart. I mean, she's essentially Frugal Lark with Electric Arrow like domination, you know what I mean? The braking, feel, and temper, those don't have to be great. The health is not great either, but what I've kind of figured out in this game, some horses can have a really bad health rating like this for me, and then they can still run until they're 6 years old and still win competitively. So I think obviously those of you that play this game as often as I do, you realize, like, as you play this game so much, like, you just start to pick up on small things, even if it's not actually written like in the game manual itself. You're just like, oh yeah, I know kind of what that means in reality. It's essentially what the deal is with her and those stats. Now we move on to Gray Dancer. This is a 4-year-old colt I picked up. Why? Because you see why on the right. Again, health rating at 59, not awful. It says early growth type. He's 4 years old. Only 4 years old, I should say, because out of 14 meets we've had with him so far, he's won 13. We finished in the top 2, 13 out of 14 times with 9 grade 1s, and we're on a winning streak. I don't know how I get, like, I will go through a stretch of, like, not having super strong horses sometimes in this game, and then I will end up with horses like this that they pop up out of nowhere. Like, when I least expect it. And it's usually not even when I'm, like, looking for a horse like this. I'll just pop into the shop and be like, oh, let's see what's in there. And then freaking Great Dancer pops up. Like, this dude is almost, like, he's almost as close to being probably, like, an S rated all the way through with double S's in there. And look at the distance, 6 to 16. The course staying. He can run on dirt. It doesn't matter. This guy can basically do it all. And I keep saying it every time I play this game. I just feel like nobody talks about him. Second win is also one of the abilities, and then you saw the back-to-back dominator. Like, but I just feel like he's, I'm telling you, I've been on the discussions in the forum boards and even in Discords, and I just feel like he doesn't pop up in conversations like other horses do for breeding pedigrees. I'm like, why is nobody using Great Dancer? Is it just that maybe, you know, I guess some of us or some of you maybe had bad luck with him, and that's understandable. We all go through that. But I'm like, he's such a great horse. He needs to be talked about more. So as far as our races are concerned, Great Dancer will be up kicking us off in a grade 1, I believe, in the Kyoto Stakes. So that's going to be a really fire way to start the episode. And then HRG Arrow will be up in a Heaven Stakes. That's a grade 1 as well, isn't it? Now the thing in this, I feel like I repeat things in this game, but like it's because I get reminded so often because I play it so much. Like, I hate that in this game, when you're looking at your races on screen right here, it doesn't tell you if it's a grade 1, grade 2, or grade 3. You know what I mean? Like in Gallop Racer 2004, you can see that when you're scrolling through your horse's screen automatically. You know what I mean? Especially if you look on the main screen that shows you where you have the opportunity like to negotiate for other trainers' horses to ride them in races, that menu screen of the game. Like, it tells you what the grades are. I hate just seeing the next race is just the name of the race. I'm like, what is it? Is it an open allowance? Is it a maiden race? Is it a claimer? Are there stakes involved? Tell me something. But no, Tecmo was such a weird company, I swear. They have some of my favorite games, and then also like sometimes just some of the the smallest quirks. I'm just like, how did they why did they change that, you know? It's just simple things that they seem to change, like, you know? The more advanced stuff, like, I think they just continue to improve in a good way, but like the simple things, they would take it out, and it's just like, why? I will never understand. I wish I could talk to somebody that used to work with Tecmo. I mean, granted, they're probably, well, I don't know. I mean, I guess people work from Tecmo from all different ages, so I suppose it depends, but it would be nice to talk to somebody and be like, hey, what was kind of the thinking behind this? Like, why do you take out good features and then just like replace them with other good features instead of just keeping all the good features in? That's what makes like an amazing video game, right? An amazing experience for whatever you want to enjoy. I'm rambling. Keto Stakes here. Like I said, grade 1 kicking off. Great answer. Let's just get to it. Major Rivers here. How ironic. As I'm working on the website, I just finished a lot of work today. It's like I'll be launching it like within the next week, like 100%. So guys, be ready for that. I will obviously share it, description box below. I'll show you guys just the pages. Also probably in a separate video. But anyways, Major River. She is actually one of our top 5 horses in Gallop Racer 2004. I went through actually updating all of our horses' stats and actually seeing the rankings based off of all the different categories. And like, she's one of my top 5 horses in that game. She is absolutely awful in this game, and I beat her all the time. This is one of those other things. I don't mean to ramble, but like, this is how it is with Gallop Racer with me. Most of you guys know that. Things just like, they pop up. I don't get it. Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, she's like awful in this game to me. Maybe some of you guys have had luck with her. She's awful in this game. Like, I beat her all the time. I've never lost to her. And yet, in 2004, I feel like she's more or less the same horse statistically, but she performs so much better. It's almost like she got like a silent buff. And sometimes that's possible. Like, I play some games like that where the developers will buff certain units or certain characters or whatever that like the community is not really aware of if they're not looking for it. You know, it's kind of like those hidden gems. You know, she feels like that type of horse in Gallop Racer 2004, but in this game, I just feel like they completely missed it with her. She's not good. She loses all the time. Like, where is she? She should be running closer towards the front, but she's probably way at the back. I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, technically that's where she's supposed to run, but like, I usually don't run her that far back. Not unless it's like a hot pace and I don't want to keep up with that, then I'm just drop her back just to save endurance, even though she already has good stamina. But I would be running her much more closer towards the middle because you can see her leg type in the bottom right corner by Kelly, the jockey's name. There's still a little bit of that triangle shaded closer towards the front side. You know, closer towards that preceder leader position. That is a slightly orange. So like, you could totally run her in the middle of the pack and she would be fine. But yeah, the AI like to run their horses in weird places. So it is what it is. I know we're supposed to be leading with a great answer, but we really don't need to be running faster than we are. And I feel like freaking Delicate Bolt is really pushing the pace here, and I'm not liking it. I was just trying to coast today, but I'm just trying to coast, man. Here we go. Great answer. Furlong left to go. He's got plenty of juice. It's over. Where's Major River? Let's see. Look on the right screen. She's all the way at the back. I can't even make these things up, people. I can't. I can't make it up. I can't. This is just what Gallop Racer is like. This is the Gallop Racer experience. It doesn't make sense. He's such a good horse, man. It's amazing. It's you don't have to do anything. You really don't. You really don't have to do anything. It's like that race went down exactly as I predicted because, like I said, these are just things that I've picked up about the game. It's just very, very interesting. I'm pretty sure Major River finished in absolute dead last. Oh, she improved. Instead of finishing dead last, she finishes second to dead last. And she was supposed to finish fourth in the race. I talk about it all the time. Like, she's so bad in this game, but yet in 2004, like, she is an absolute monster. It makes no sense. And like I said, her stats, when you actually compare them from 2003 in this game, and you compare that to the 2004 game, her stats are virtually the same. So I feel like she definitely just got like a silent buff. Because clearly she was a horse that the company wanted to be special to some extent. And they tried it in this game, but like for whatever reason it just didn't work. It's almost like they debuffed her silently in this game without doing it. But in 2004 she's amazing. Like, we've won like 16 grade ones with her. She's like my third best horse behind Eastside Band and I think Eastern Knife. So she's really, really good in that game. And I've seen some of you use her as well in your pedigrees. So like, what's the deal in this game? It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, Orpa's Water. This guy should be amazing. Let's actually do speed training because I completely even forget what this guy's tag looks like. So I would like to see that. Where are my pedigrees? Do I have them here? Where's Orca's Water? Orca's Water. Bioelectric Arrow out of Pale Reef. He should be a monster. He should be a monster. I'm actually really happy I had that written down because I thought I've been telling myself to do it, and sometimes I just get sidetracked and I will forget just because I get busy with other tasks. And it just ends up falling way down the priority list, and then I come back to Gallop Racer and I'm like, oh, I didn't actually write that down. You know, like, geez. I was almost there, and here's why I mess up all the time, because I always mess up in the last one. And I get like a 68. It's the same thing every time. I really, really need to actually be better at that. I'm just intentionally choosing not to, because I don't care. Like, it's fine. Our horses have still turned out great. Like, I think this gives you a very small percentage boost in some categories and maybe stronger in others, but I don't think it's going to totally derail or boost your horse. I don't, it hasn't affected my horses that way. If they're going to be good, it's because we had good breeding with good pedigrees and good parents involved. That's usually why I get good horses. This is just kind of a fun way to give yourself a little bonus, but I would be shocked if they weighed it in a lot. Theoretically, they should have. That's how it should work, but like, games don't usually do that. So yeah, great answer. Another win. Shocker. Like I said, guys, amazing. Look at him. He just popped up in the shop for me. Like, I wasn't even really looking for him. He just was there. And I'm like, okay, wow. As if I will turn this down. Apparently, I'm not even keeping track of his grade ones because he's winning so many. And yeah, I guess I shouldn't. I'm working on a GWS Dirt title with him, so I guess that's the focus. And now I think about it, since winning that race, that did not get him the title, so how many more races do we need? That's 3. I can't remember in this. No, I was going to say, you can still look at the bottom 10. Wait. These are all dirt races. He already had to do. Wait, GWS Dirt. Oh, duh. But wait, we won that last year. Have I not actually updated his thing? That would be embarrassing. But that's totally something I would do. Wrong screen, Eric. Gosh. Yeah, okay, my notes are just like completely outdated. Okay. That was on the dirt, right? Okay, so I should start racing him on the turf. Why have I been racing him on the dirt so much longer? I mean, I guess it took that long, but what? Dude, yeah, like, what am I doing? Like, he's down on the dirt. Like, let's put him on the turf. He may not be as dominant because that's not his strongest preference, but he's still very good at it. And that's fine. Like, I mean, he's already lost one race. Like, he's not going undefeated. So I just want to win as many grade ones with him as possible. That's really about it. And as many titles, too. That's kind of my thing in this game. Just trying to push horses to their limit. And they end up giving us really good horses in the end when we retire them for to stud, you know. So it's like it's definitely worth it. I think it's worth it at least. Maybe some other people wouldn't want to take the time, but it's worth it to me. I don't mind. Okay, so we're good with those, and we have Grand Tribute. Let's check out that horse, and we'll get back into another race. Grand Tribute. Who are you by? I don't remember. Okay, you're not in here. Huh. Toxic Waters and Pale Reef. Did I really not write that down either? Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? I just have things like totally omitted from my notes that I should not. Okay. So strange. Okay, so Toxic Waters and Pale Reef have Grand Tribute. And I know that's somebody's name, but gosh. You guys, if you guys could see the spreadsheet I have for all of your horses' names across like all of our games, like I promise you, it's really long. Like for everybody, it's really, really long. Which that's not a bad thing. It's just like we have so many great names and ideas, but we'll never run out of like ideas and names. So that's actually the cool thing. It's just like an endless bank of like really, really cool names for horses. You know, we could generate it for like horses like, you know, like of the world. Honestly. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Okay. Well, if you're watching and you know Grand Tribute, just tell me who, because I can't remember and it would take me forever to look through my notes. Anyways, Toxic Waters, Pale Reef. You see the pedigree. Social Brandy is in there, east of Pool as well. It's nothing but strength in this pedigree. So this filly already showing good potential. She just turned 1. And she's basically already 4 stars, which means by the time she turns 2, she should be a 5-star horse. Her discipline not being all the way will not bother me. As long as she's 3 stars or higher for discipline, I can work with that. Can't deal with 1 or 2 stars. I feel like that's actually too significant of a drop. And none of these horses in that pedigree have given me problems, so I fully expect her to be as strong as her chart is saying she is. So can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait. Finally at that point in this game, we're like, now we know we're actually getting really, really good horses. And they're getting stronger and they're getting better. You know what I mean? So that's a really good feeling. You recommend temper training. Orca's Water. You're by Pale Reef and Electric Arrow. Electric Arrow is fine. Pale Reef. Yes, because Grand Tribute, the thing we were just looking at, she's a half sibling to this guy. So they're half siblings. And her discipline that I was just talking about, obviously you saw was 3 stars instead of the other 4-star rating. So Pale Reef is the temper problem. Can I just automate this? I don't want to actually do it. But, you know, you know what? Why not? What do I have to lose outside of maybe possibly hurting the horse by like 0.0? But I love playing the game. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. Did that improve at all? The higher score was a 64. How did I get even a 64? That's a whole 10 points higher. That might actually be something I try to accomplish this year. I'm actually trying to like... I don't think it's something like you do like super consciously, but I think like if you like video games and you play, I think at some point you like to challenge yourself every now and then, right? That's natural. That's kind of the point. That feels like one of those things I want to do. I actually want to try to improve that because maybe it'll actually help. I most certainly probably taint our horse right there. Oh, poor Orca's Water, man. Yeah, I'm going to do entrust training the rest of the way. A 68 speed training, a 54 temper training. That's got to be it. I'll trust it to the AI to handle the rest. Grade 2. That's what I thought this race was. But again, it'd be nice if this would pop up like it does. Not this whole screen, but just like the top part where it says Grade 2 and it's that nice silhouette. Like that's how it shows up in Gallop Racer 2004. But nope, Tecmo was like, we didn't. You know what? In all honesty, maybe they figured in this game, since they didn't have it there, adding it in 2004 would actually be a nice feature. I forgot. That would make sense. So that technically means they did improve it for 2004. I guess I'm just surprised, like, it took them till that game to figure that out, you know what I mean? That's, like, what I'm saying. It should have already been in this game. HRG Arrow, she's up. Kinky Earth is here, Naive Devil, Golden Hill, Special Line, Rude Death. Pretty stacked field, actually, for a grade 2, so... I mean, we should be fine, though. Like, we're heavily favored by, like, $5, so we actually aren't really in any real bad position. And there's our girl, HRG Arrow. And she is by Electric Arrow out of Frugal Arc. Yep, and I talked about her earlier. And her stats, just to remind you. There she is. She's getting faster. She was at a 93. She now bumps up to a 94. And yeah, she looks good. I am just very happy that I can finally get horses like that in this game. Because if you've been watching this for a while, it was really slow, man. And she's only 3 years old, mind you. So I'm sure she'll peak pretty quickly. Actually, maybe not. Frugal Arc has a decent growth type. She shouldn't actually peak that fast. She gets out decently well here. Don't really need to push the pace that much. But, yeah. What do you mean? You want me to get back further? Okay, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess she doesn't have the triangle shaded. She should be back here. That's fine. But anyways, I was going to say in regards to her, yeah, like I said, she definitely, when I'm racing with her, she feels like just an upgraded Frugal Arc. That's really it. Which is awesome, because I love Frugal Arc. I just wish she was a Proceeder, you know what I mean? But if she's a closer at 96, that's okay with me. Here we go. Now, she's got a long way to go, but she should be able to handle it. Oh man, it's a grade 2 in Dubai. She's absolutely rolling away with it. It was one tap on the whip and she knew where to take it, man. Oh wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. But like I said, she's really an upgraded Frugal Arc, and this is what I do with Frugal Arc in every Gallop Racer game I race with her. She is my favorite horse of all time, period. She may not be considered the greatest, but that's the point. Like, I don't need to, like, I can like the greatest horse of all time and not have it be my favorite. Like, I like other horses for different characteristics, you know, and like, she's one of those type of horses for me. What a win, man. That was wow. I was gonna say, she was flying. Guys, that was one tap on the whip and she was gone. That's all it took. That's all it took. Rude Death smashed it by 6 lengths. And she gets out so quickly, and I have to dial her back, man. She's such an explosive type of horse. It's so fun. I love it. It's really just, it's my type of horse, man. It's my type of horse. That's why, like, I go my way I go with breeding. It may not make sense in the moment, but I'm trying to get this type of horse that I can have that type of run with. That's really my goal when I play Gallop Racer. Perhaps I probably haven't explained it that well, maybe even in the history of the channel, which would be really sigh. All I'm gonna say is sigh. But that's really my gist with it when it comes to breeding. I'm going for certain horses because I'm trying to get a certain horse. So like when people look at my pedigrees or wonder why I take certain horses or why I don't take certain horses, there's a reason for it. That's the reason. I'm trying to get certain horses that can give me this type of play style. That's what I want. Look at her, man. She's gone. Oh my goodness. She is absolutely out of there. Seeing her pick up and stride like that and just get the just blow away like a rocket, man. That's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. And I think that's her first grade too. HRG Arrow. And keep in mind, I specifically named her because I wanted her to be a special horse for like the channel. So she's like the community horse of Gallop Racer 2003 for my community that I'm just essentially donating or not donating, but well, essentially saying like this horse is really for just the community more so, not even like personally me. Like it suits my play style, but I want it to really be for the community to enjoy. And yeah, it's just really, really amazing how she can get a win like that, man, honestly. So, really happy that we have Electric Arrow, we had him. And that Frugal Lark was also as good as she was. So that's a big time win for her. The rest of the race didn't matter, man. Like, as long as she can hit that stretch run, like, the race is over. That's all I need. It doesn't need to be a perfect eval. That's all we need. Great answer back up. Climax Stakes. Not the favorite. Nate up top, 3-horse, has us by 20 cents. Wow. Actually, a really tight race, though. You look at the 9, 10, and 11 horse. You have Courtly Mind, Big Crystal, and Lost Sky. Special Beat, also not a sleeper of a horse. So pretty stacked field. Even Slight Chief. Slight Chief is not a bad horse in Gallop Racer at any level. He is a solid grade 1 horse. Not the best of like this group, but you know, he's competitive. She's competitive, sorry. So, yeah, I think we should be fine. We should be. We should be fine, right? Yeah. It's no problem, but... Oh, man. HRG Arrow. She is absolutely amazing. I'm so happy that she actually worked out. I mean, doing a cross of Frugal Lark and Electric Arrow, like, I think if you don't expect to get anything really good, that would be like a pretty big disappointment, right? Because you know how good those two horses are in this game. So the fact that she did turn out successful, like, it was one time, because I don't redo, you know, my breedings in this game. Like, you guys know that, obviously. I will save just in case we need something very specific, and that's like a rarity. I think I've only had to do that legitimately once in the Gallop Racer 2004 series, as far as like actually redoing like a save. But yeah, it kind of kills my immersion in video gaming. Like, I like the RNG chances because I like being able to adapt. Like, I feel like if you're just redoing it all the time, like, you're kind of cheating yourself. Like, why not just kind of roll with it and then just try to improve it from there? I don't know. I've never done that in gaming as long as I've been a gamer since I've been a kid. Like, I've never done it, you know? I've never done it. I'm in my early 30s. I'm 32, but, like, I've never done that in gaming. Like, if I got stuck with something, I got stuck with it. Unless it was extremely specific and I really needed to redo the save. Like, I just don't do it. Like, I like the challenge of having to adapt and find a way around it. Like, I would get bored of a game if I could just constantly just kind of exploit it to the point where I could just get the perfect thing all the time. I don't know. That's not enjoyable to me. I don't quite understand it. I'm not judging people for it. I really don't I guess, like, it's a different enjoyment, I assume, for everybody. So I just wonder what the different enjoyment is. And I guess maybe it's more so, like, maybe just wanting to be really specific about your breeding and wanting to get a really specific type of horse. And I respect that. Like, it's completely fine. That's ultimately what we all want. But just to do it, like, more than a couple of times, I don't know. I'm just, like, at a certain point, it should be a done deal. And yeah, Big Crystal's got us beat. So great answer. As great as he has been, he's going to go ahead and fall back to about third, maybe even fourth. No, we should hold on to third, but maybe fourth, though, actually. Just got to fourth. Tough race, man. Like I said, that was a stacked field. Big Crystal shatters it with the record as well. Wow. It's some pretty hot racing here in Dubai. But I said it, right? I said we were going into some fire racing. I didn't expect it to be like this, but it's all fun. I mean, this is how I like the game to be played. But, man, that was Could have done better on that spurt for sure. Yeah, D. The spurt was not good, but yeah, I don't know, man. That's a tough field of horses to face. Certainly, I could have done better, always, but that is a race I would lose like that on Great Answer. That's on me, but it's fine. I'm not gonna sweat it too much. And that was a turf race as well, right? Yeah, so not blaming it. It's just like that's what I literally said before I raced him. Like there's a possibility like we may struggle in a race like that if it's against really good competition. If that's a dirt race, even with a bad stretch rating, I'm probably still winning that race, or it's at least at the minimum very close. The turf preference can make a difference, you know. It does happen. Whether it happens as often, you know, is a different story. So HRG Arrow, what am I even doing for you guys? It says Sprint and Mile Champ. Is that even accurate considering my notes seem to be all over the place? Do you have any titles yet? GWS Sprint. Okay, so you do have that. She's 4 years old. Why did I say she was 3? They're both the same age. Everything's backwards in my notes, my goodness. So yeah, that was just a tune-up race for her to start the year. Absolutely shatters it with the record. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Look at that. Look at those fractions, man. Absolutely flying. That's amazing. So how many grade? So she's 3, 4. So yeah, we are working on a mile. Okay, yeah. So sprint and mile. Why are my notes are so out of place? Like I have proper things in place, like the title she's chasing are correct, and then other things are just completely out of the loop. I sometimes don't understand how my brain works. It just weird ways, man. Weird ways. More so just weird days that end up turning into weird ways. That's really what it is. Just days I'm like kind of focusing on stuff, but not really. And I'm just kind of like multitasking probably when I shouldn't be. Not really paying as much attention, you know. And I'll just be making silly mistakes such as that. But so ideally anything at 8 furlongs is ideal. I just said ideal twice. My goodness, Eric. I don't even think there's gonna be anything 8 furlongs until like the summer. Oh yeah, Regal Stakes. She'll have a 2-month layoff. Ugh. She's kind of hot right now, and she has Dominator. I don't really want to wait that long. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing that. I'm gonna have to run her in something. I don't really care what. But I'm not. Yeah, that's a little bit too long for me. Second Cup. Yeah, she doesn't have the GWS Turf. Why? This is what I mean. This is something that should be in my notes, and it's not. She should be going for the Turf. She won the Sprint last year. She's in hot form right now, probably in her prime. Like, take advantage of it, right? And for some reason, just completely just not there on my notes. Like, okay. All right, great answer. Let's see. Let's see if we can have a better turn this time. And I'll make sure I get you in the zone. It's just gonna be that type of episode, isn't it, Eric? Yep, exactly. Okay. Let's just get to it. Making steady progress. Well, despite my absolutely awful and atrocious training, I'm not surprised. I know you think we could have done better. The truth is, I forgot we have a foal on the way. Great. Doesn't even matter, actually. Doesn't even matter. Let's just... Beautiful. My type. And it's a boy. A colt. Ah. Let's go. Who is this by? Oh, this is what I mean. This is something I don't have in my notes. Oh, that's so annoying. Because, like, you can't change the name. So when I'm looking for names, if it's by specific parents, like, I guess I'm just going to have to go with something completely random. Which, in all honesty, maybe we should start doing. Maybe I've stuck to, like, the parent, like, name type of thing too much. Maybe I should actually start going a little... Yeah, maybe we should go a little bit off-grid here and actually find something. Okay, so who is up next? Okay, Abigail. You have some names here. KNS, Elite, Jaden, Kayla, Roman, Marcos, Racing Empire, Samantha, Sketchy, Speedy, Staying Fast, Great Guitarist, Finn, Zengo. A lot of you have a lot of names, man. Oh, man. I honestly, my goal this year is to play way, like, I'm gonna I'm gonna do it in moderation, but I want to give you guys more racing, more breeding, so we can dedicate more names. I feel like I'm kind of going slow, and that's my fault, so I apologize. I'll start to pick that up. Actually, no, there was somebody that did leave a, huh? Gosh, I'm not even gonna tell you how long ago this note is, but it's a name that I didn't delete. Okay, you know what, Samantha, it's your name, and it's all the way from like last year, like spring of last year. And it's I never named a horse this. You'll see it. The date is like it's a while. Like I said, it's almost a year ago. Like, have I been moving that slow in this game, or have I just not seen this note? Because again, that's totally something I could do. Like sometimes I'll just miss little stuff like that. You guys gotta understand. Like I'm a very organized person, but like I have a lot of like stuff. Sometimes it's just like it can get overwhelming, but like I'm getting better about it. But I have a lot of stuff. Organized is just I'm very meticulous about how I have my things filed. So I mean everybody gets it, right? It's an OCD thing. But I am working on it for sure. Cool salsa. I love the name. Because there's I mean it just says next full name. And to be honest, since I don't remember who his parents are, because I really need to remember to write down the parents while we're doing the breeding in the game and write it down at the same time. I always forget. I can't go back and check it like you can in 2004. This is another thing that they probably improved in the 2004 game that clearly didn't exist in this one. This dude is going to be cool salsa because he looks cool, and I have nothing else to add to the salsa. I'm just going to leave it at that, but that's completely fine. Cool salsa, dude. Let's look at you and let's see who your parents are, so I can absolutely make fun of myself for just continuing to just forgetting to put simple things in my notes. But here we go. Grand Tribute. We have looked at you, Our Lady. We'll check you later. Cool salsa, dude. Who are you from? Common Earth and Ready for Combat. And guess, yeah. Common Earth is in my notes. Ready for Combat. She's in my notes as like a daughter in a pedigree, but not like as a mother. This is what I mean. Simple things like this I just don't have. But you see the pedigree. Frugal Art, Crimson Art. Ready for Combat. She was awesome. Really, really good filly. Really, really good mare as well, just as she got older. And Common Earth is Common Earth. He's one of the best horses from the original Gallop Racer game, the first one on the original PlayStation, and it really hasn't changed throughout the series. Yeah, so I'm actually really, really glad we gave this dude a custom name, because that's actually nice for this pedigree. And I'm definitely going to start doing that more. I'm actually starting to get a little, yeah, it's a little bit too much, like just parent, name, horse. Like, yeah, we definitely need to just start doing some cool names you guys have. So, yeah, my apologies, but that will start changing immediately. So, yeah, cool salsa. Love it. And yeah, he should be awesome, man. Closer, corner, spurt, those are all good abilities. Dominator, come back, I'm sure will be there as well. And he's my favorite coat. My favorite coat of a horse. All the time. And yeah, that icon is, yeah, this one is obviously more brownish. You can see the top left. And this one actually looks, at least on my screen, it looks gray. Like, unless, yeah, like that looks grayish to me. It's not as dark as like it could be. Even still, like it just beautiful colt, beautiful filly there as well. Really excited, so we have two little ones now. That's actually really nice. So yeah, I think I said I wanted to start doing more breeding, right? Just I wanted us to make sure we were in a position to kind of like get foals pretty consistently, at least. Even if that doesn't mean running some horses longer, unless they legitimately need to be run longer, and we, just feel like we can achieve so much with them, which I'm sure I'll be able to do regardless. But sometimes you feel like you've done enough, and you're just ready to retire a horse, for breeding, right? Perfectly fine. It happens in real life as soon as like the horses even as soon as they hit their prime, they're gone. That's it. They're off the racetrack, it seems. And I talk about it all the time. It would be nice to see some horses run a little bit longer. So I really appreciate when we get the opportunity to still see owners and trainers allowing their amazing race horses to still continue to run. They take the time to keep them in shape, and it's awesome, man. Like, I love seeing horses run that are 4 and 5 years old. Like, yeah, the 3-year-olds and 2-year-olds are exciting. Don't get me wrong, but there's something special about seeing a horse continuing to mature as it gets older, and then that horse can still be a very, very good racehorse, right? Like, you guys get what I'm saying. Please, somebody let me know in the comment section below. Like, that makes sense, right? It's something special about seeing that and not just spoiling it all the time as soon as a horse hits 3 years old. At least for thoroughbreds in the North American scene. I don't know, man. It's just like, but it's obviously for the financial aspect of just, everybody's breeding horses, right? It's happening. So that's the business, but still, like, it would just be nice if more owners would not retire some of their great horses so early. Like, you have plenty of good studs already. Do you need, you know what I mean? Like, you already have a good farm of studs. Like, you can let a couple of them, like, race for a couple more years. You're still gonna be, going happy to the bank, right? Like, we get that. But no. No. Just ruin it for everybody. Except themselves. But I digress. Second cup here with HRG Arrow. She is the favorite. And again, it's another race where she's expected to dust this field. Thundar is here again, but long shot odds. Vast Courage, good horse. Crafty Gift, decent horse as well. Clear Art's not bad. Final Phantom Last Derby, yeah, they're okay horses, but it should be an easy race here for HRG Arrow. Still looking strong. And, yeah, 77 stamina, 78 power, man. Like, she can handle pretty much any distance, any terrain. Well, not any distance. I don't think I can run her like 16, but she can at least handle any sort of track for the most part. She has the endurance, so she's really solid. But that's Frugal Art. Frugal really strong, Electric Arrow really strong. I can race both of those horses internationally pretty much anywhere and be competitive and win grade ones. So she has that in her pedigree. She has that in her blood. And we're seeing it on track as we speak. All right. Wow, 45 minutes in. It doesn't even feel that long. What? Does it? Perfect start, but we'll be wrapping up here soon anyways. I actually wrap up after these 2 races. Don't worry, I'm going to record this a little bit more, but I was just wanting to get back into the game tonight, and then I will kick back up with the recording. As you guys can see, I've been extremely consistent, at least as of recently. Like, I'm legitimately sticking to that. I'm holding myself to that very, 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 very much so. Especially since I plan on launching this website. So I'm holding myself just to being more consistent this year. And I have goals I actually want to hit with the channel. There are more things I want to do. And I'm excited, and I'm just ready to just really push those things forward. Like, sometimes when I'm going through trying to figure out what I want to do with something, especially if it's like a project or a community building thing, I like to take my time with it. I don't like to rush it because it's important for me that it's a really good thing for everybody in the community. I want it to be that type of thing. I don't like rushing those things and feeling like I didn't take my time to think it through. So even if it takes a while, like, I believe it's worth it for everybody involved. That's how I go about doing things. Let's go, my girl. She's got a good run here. Boom! She's gone. She's out of there. Now, you see, I'm like in the groove with her, right? This is what I mean. Like, I have the horses I'm just in the groove with, really, no matter what. Runs away with it again. But the bookies told us, man. They're like, this is another blowaway race for Frugal Art. Frugalark's daughter, HRG Arrow. But I've talked about it this episode. She reminds me so much of Frugalark. It's like I see an upgraded version of her, but really it's a testament to how special this girl is, because also Electric Arrow, man. Electric Arrow, really, really, really good grade 1 racehorse in this game. If you see him in the shop in any Gallop Racer game, pick him up if you haven't used him. I'm sure most of you that play the game have, but there are people that sometimes will skip out or maybe not pay as much attention to a horse. And I mean, like, try him out for a couple lines. Don't just do like one pair and then be like, okay, I'm done with Electric Arrow. Like if you have a couple of mares, like, you know, figure out what you need to do, but like do it, you know. And she sets another record by 6 lanes. Oh man, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm just going to say that replay. I'm not going to play it back as much as I want to, but I do want to make sure I get to this last race as well. I keep going back to that memory card. I actually need to switch those. I keep forgetting to do that. So I should probably some replays I need to go through, but yeah, I don't know what else to say about HRG Arrow, man. She's so amazing. Like, it makes sense, but it doesn't. And I don't have to run a perfect race with her. That's the best thing. Like, she's just that type of horse. I just need to get her going at the right time, and I do it every time. My stretch rating is always S. It's never double S, but it's always S. The game is like, okay, you're 95% the way there with her all the time. There's still 5% room for improvement, in which I'm like, hey, I don't have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody, you know, like, can't be. Like, just, you know, do the best you can and just be as great as that is. And if that's 99%, 95, what, 8, like, it doesn't matter. Just be as great as you can be for yourself, you know? Do it for yourself, not for anybody else. Do it for you, because you owe that to yourself to feel that, hey, you know, I'm putting in the work, you know, I'm only human. I go through emotions, I go through things, but, you know, ultimately, like, you know, I will do my best to do my best. And that's all you can do sometimes, man. I think sometimes we just have to try to take the pressure off of ourselves. That's what I've learned in the last year. Like, if you have standards, sure, continue to hold yourself to standards, but don't do it to the point where you start to go mad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we can do that to ourselves without realizing it. Like, understand that you deserve to have some compassion for yourself. And if you feel like you're under a lot of pressure, like, you deserve to say, hey, I just need to, like, take a breather, you know? I just need, like, a moment for myself. Like, that's okay to say. If anybody's told you it's not, they're just trying to they're just trying to upset you. That's not true, and that's not what a good thing or a good person would say to somebody that, you know, they should have some sort of respect for, right? And at least some sort of, like, okay, I'm concerned for your well-being, or like, I want you to be okay, because, you know, I think you deserve to be okay. I just think that's just part of being a good person to people. But, you know, just the pressure. Don't have it be too intense, you know. It's okay to take breaks, man. It's okay to be like, you know what? I just gotta, you know, just whatever it is you have to. That kind of like makes you feel like, okay, I feel okay. That's a good thing to me. Like, okay, I feel okay. I feel like I'm good. And, you know, if something was bothering me, if something was upsetting me or whatever, like, I feel like I'm okay now. That's ultimately what you want to get to, you know, and just into a positive state, right? Obviously, life is different for everybody, you know. We all go through our different things, but ultimately, just, I would always tell people, just try your best, man. Try your best to take care of yourself and do what you have to do for yourself that'll keep you in a good state of mind. And, you know, some people may not understand it, but if it works for you and it has you feeling good, you know, and it has you feeling like, you know, things are okay, like, I'm figuring it out, and, you know, I'm trying my best, like, then yes, you continue to do that, because that's all that matters for yourself and your well-being. And I think, like I said, everybody owes that to themselves, man. You really, really do. Especially in the midst of just going through life and going through stuff. Compassion, that's it. That's it, man. It's really that simple. It doesn't cost you a dime. It doesn't cost you a dime. Okay, let's go, buddy. Let's go. Who's that flying on the outside? Go away. Fire destroyer, go away. Go away, bro. Go away. Go away. Go away. No, 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 no. Come on, Gray. Come on, Gray, dude. Hang in there, dude. Told you. We'll get it back with him, okay? I would get it back with him. And I got it back. We got it back. Great answer gets it done. Grade 1. In the thunderstorm. On the turf, man. It's not like running, obviously, on the dirt with sloppy conditions, but still. It's elements and conditions you have to fight through, and man, Great Answer just did that. That's a big-time win. It's a big-time win, but that's what he's supposed to do, and that's what I knew he was capable of doing. That's why I'm like, okay, I dropped that grade 1 with him. No big deal. It happens, and that was a really tough field. Big Crystal's a really good horse in that game. Like, this game, I mean. But, like, in that race, yeah, he was expected to win that. Beautiful shot there for Great Answer. Beautiful shot, but Big Crystal's a really good horse in this game. So losing to that horse to me is not like a bad thing. Like, you're losing to a really good horse. That's supposed to be tough in those type of races. Great Answer gets it done by 2.5 lengths over Fire Destroyer, who had a pretty nice late surge there. The 9 horse on the outside. Irish Runner finished in 3rd. Boom. I will get it back in the stretch. That's one thing I've actually been really good at in this game that I sometimes seem to really mess up in Gallop Racer 2004. It doesn't make sense. And we've talked about it in this community. Like, the stretch runs and when you have to time them in the game, sometimes they're very different, right? I know why some people don't play this game. They don't like how the kind of mechanics of the game flow and whatever it is in regards to what you enjoy about 2004. You just don't feel the same in this game, and I totally get it, right? That's kind of how I feel about 2006 a little bit, but I'm trying to be less like about that, and I'm trying to get myself to enjoy that game. I will be streaming that soon. And when I say soon, within the next month, then that's a serious commitment as well. We're doing Entrust training. I said it. No more. No more. I just want you to be okay. Little man, go away. All right. Well, guys, we started in January of this year. We're to May, so getting through 5 months in this game is actually pretty good progress for me in one episode, because usually I feel like it takes longer, but granted, that's an 04. But even still, progressing 4 months in this game is nice, but we're only racing with 2 horses, so that also helps, but still, moves things along so we can get to more breeding and get to more names, because that's always cool and fun, and just see what else we can achieve and accomplish. So that'll do it. Appreciate you guys for love and support. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Hopefully not too much rambling, but it is something I kind of wanted to talk about in general when addressing the game, and just kind of addressing just some even off-topic stuff that I think is just good to remind people. Especially, I do see things in the Discord, I just don't always have time to respond. Like, I'm really always busy working on something. It's just that type of a busy time for me right now. That's why I'm trying to be really productive, even with my YouTube stuff as well. But yeah, like I see people going through things, so I want you to know, like, I'm thinking about you guys all the time. I always tell my friends and family like how much I appreciate my HRG community and just that we're from all different parts of the world. I just think that's a really cool thing to be able to share with so many people, because we all have one common interest, and that's horses and horse racing, right? And I think that's what's amazing. So I appreciate you guys, and just know that I'm always thinking about you, and I hope you're doing okay. And if you ever need to talk to anybody, we have our Discord. We have a section for that specifically, where you can kind of get things off your chest, and it's completely fine. And that's what we want. We want everybody to feel like you can be okay and you can feel okay in our community, no matter who you are, where you are. That's always what I want, because that's how it should be. Like, clearly more of the world needs that. If you look at the landscape of what's happening, right? We need more togetherness, not so much division. That never helps anything, no matter who's saying what, or we need to find ways to try to work together more and be there for one another. Makes life a whole lot easier. I can guarantee it. But that'll do it. Appreciate you guys. Much love. And until next time, Horse Racing Gamer Sound. We'll be over here for today. I'll see you later. Goodbye.